Around the 16th century, a new era began. It was a time of intellectual awakening, a shift from blind faith to the power of reason. From this spirit of rational inquiry, St. George emerged not as a literal saint, but as a potent symbol. He represented the burgeoning belief in human agency, the idea that we could shape a better world. St. George embodied the optimism of progress, the conviction that through logic and action we could vanquish the dragons of ignorance and oppression. He was the champion of a nascent liberalism, a beacon of hope for a more just and equitable future. His early battles were clear-cut. Despotic kings claiming absolute power were the first to fall. Then came religious intolerance, its flames of persecution extinguished by the cool light of reason. These were tangible enemies, their defeat a cause for celebration. St. George, in the minds of those early liberals, was the embodiment of their ideals, a shining knight against the darkness. The victories against tyranny and religious persecution were intoxicating. They fueled a belief that any problem, no matter how immense, could be solved with enough willpower and the right strategy. St. George, once focused on clear-cut evils, now turned his attention to more nuanced issues. Poverty, with its roots in complex social structures, became a new dragon to slay. Slavery, an institution deeply embedded in the economic and social fabric, was another target. These battles were far more challenging. The solutions were not as simple as toppling a king or dismantling a church hierarchy. They required deep societal change, a rethinking of ingrained power structures. Yet the spirit of St. George, that unwavering belief in progress, pushed forward. His sword, once used against obvious monsters, was now aimed at the shadows lurking within human hearts and societies. As St. George's quest continued, a subtle shift occurred. The initial clarity of his mission, the righteous certainty of his early battles began to waver. The world he discovered was a tapestry of greys, not a stark contrast of black and white. For every social ill he targeted, new ones seemed to arise. The very nature of progress, he realized, meant constantly confronting new challenges, new imperfections in the human condition. This realization was unsettling. The early victories had fostered a belief in ultimate solutions, a final triumph over injustice. Now St. George faced a chilling possibility that his quest might never truly end. This doubt, however, was not a cause for despair, but a transformation. It marked the evolution of liberalism from a naive belief in easy solutions to a more mature understanding of the complexities of the world. The realization that his quest was never ending had a profound effect on St. George. The once heroic figure, driven by reason and justice, became consumed by his mission. Every perceived injustice, every instance of suffering became a personal affront. He saw enemies everywhere, his vision clouded by the very zeal that had initially fueled his noble pursuits. This is the cautionary tale of St. George in retirement. He represents the danger of unchecked idealism, the descent into obsession when the pursuit of good becomes an end in itself. The morale is clear. Even the most noble cause pursued with unrelenting fervor can lead to madness. Balance, the story reminds us, is essential. We must temper our idealism with pragmatism, our passion for justice with the wisdom to know when to rest.